sold our mouths for their gold. Cold chrome smiles, they count the cost in our bones. Boardroom vultures carving futures into love. They break the system and call it law. Paper crowns on crooked kings.
What's up? Never hear this early. What's up, Katie Sue Who? Good to have you here. We're listening to Smoking Blondie. Smoking Blondie. A sub here. Oh, I forgot to link her channel below. I'll link it after.
Now without blood, without ballers, strikes the police loud. Shout louder than the lies. Scream to the new generation. It's time. Shout louder than the lies. Scream to the new generation. It's time.
Always everybody. I dig this song. Hello there. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. A little wobble bass to get your afternoon started. Is it Friday where you are? What's up, Black Merlin? Good to see you, man. How you been? Long time. Let's let everybody come in. Hopefully Smoking Blondie gets here soon, because then you can just link through her channel to go subscribe to her music. This is a fellow YouTuber who creates music. She gave me full authority to use her music. And that's what I do. I try to show you guys other artists, independent artists here on YouTube, especially leftist ones. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Hear the steps of millions coming. We do. Fuck these banks. Serving whose necks will smother their lies and miles of smoke. Grip the contracts, pull the strings, subpoena every name, expose the plot, expose the fraud. Watch the empire burn, such a shame. Fuck your bullets, we have them too. Fuck your terror, we see you. It's time. Ground, see the flames. Feel their system Sweet march, this is how we steal it back. They murder, precious to hate, but now we strike. Rattle their fucking foundation, turn it up. Whose blood this time and call me strike. Shout louder than their lies. Scream for the new generations. We'll take it back. Shout louder than their lies. Scream for the new generations.
Just reading some news. What's up, One Vision? Well, then play me, Rob. I can't link that. What's up, Curtis? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing okay. By the way, Curtis, thanks for the music rec on Discord. Great recommendation.
They will fear us. We are the numbers. It's time.
They will feel we have the numbers. We got the numbers. We got the numbers.
They thought the money bought silence. They thought their towers hid crimes. But we're the people they never thought to prize.
Again, this is Smoking Blondie.
We'll shake the marble from the steps. We'll drag the truth.
Yeah, I can't. I found you. Don't worry, One Vision. I found you.
Take it back.
That was here on KYOU, K-YouTube, K-pop YouTube channel. That was Smoking Blondie. She'll probably be in here soon, so go sub to her if you like that. We have the numbers. Hold on. There's a lot of news to do's, you guys. Here we go. Wait a minute. One Vision. Am I allowed to play this? I guess so. If you're telling me to play it, well then play me. I guess that's consent. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Talk tanky to me. What's wrong with America? Black Merlin so much. That's our friend in Germany. So He's like, he's got the deep history. He's like, what is wrong with you people? Well, the MAGAs, and I'll explain. I'll play your stuff in 1 second. Hold on, give me one minute. Listen, people can that. Oh, that's news we're gonna go to later. That's all right. All right. All right. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Are people strolling in? I can't see. Oh no! Did I knock the internet out? Everybody's gone now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Today's a mess of a Friday. Happy Friday the 13th. We're gonna get to well, let's not talk about old B best sloppy seconds. What was I gonna show you guys? This is what I wanted to show you. Have you seen this story? This is hilarious to me. This is an AI Fembot. Right there, right there, right there. And MAGA have been tricked by her. So Black Merlin, to answer your question, what's wrong with America? Incels, no class solidarity, individual rugged capitalism, individualism. That's too rugged for itself. You guys see this in California, I think it was. You see that? Hey, Iran signs their things too. Interesting. I like this message for, if we're going to talk about writing on missiles, this is my kind of message, you know? Who could be against this message? Who? Point yourself out. What it's for, folks. What it's about. Look at these fucking nerds. The world would be a better place, you know? If they could just both fall down that well, baby Jessica still is living in. God bless you, baby Jessica. May you get out of the well one day. Please, Lord. Bring baby Jessica home. I never followed up on that story. But just bring her home. But the world would be such a nicer place if these two would fall down that well where baby Jessica dove into. Just got back. Sorry, I think I disconnected some people by closing it. What's up, Lemony? Howdy, comrades. Comradicals. Ooh, I like that word. What's up, Shot Pixie? Yeah, let's let everybody come in. Let's let everybody get in. That's One Vision. I don't know if One Vision's still here. Hopefully I didn't boot him out when I did the swipey thing. Primal Screams, good to see you. Good to see everybody. I live near Ramstein. Could you please stop the war? The airplane noise is annoying. Listen, if I could stop the war, I would have stopped it. 100%. That's what we're doing here. No war but class war. No war but class war. Real men fight class war. That is the bottom line. Real men, the only war for real men. And this is specifically for MAGA, because I don't believe there's a real man. Maybe Jesus. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there were some flaws with Jesus, you know? Like, he didn't do enough to uproot the establishment while he was here on Earth. Most of it came post him being a ghost. A holy ghost, if you believe in that. You don't have to. I do. I think he was the holiest of all the ghosts. It goes him, Casper, the clown from It. I'm not sure. But the point being is, who gives a shit what a real man is? The definitions have been defined by our culture, and people like this fucking nerd who can't dance, and this fucking nerd who can't dance either. And I don't take advice from two men that can't fucking dance, if you know what I mean. You know? If you're gonna give me life advice, you better know how to fucking bust a move. Alright? That's just an old rule of thumb that Socrates used to say. It wasn't documented, don't get me wrong. You probably haven't heard Socrates say, you know, I don't take advice from men who can't dance, because those were lost. Those were the epic dance scrolls of 2 BC that were lost in in the Great Papyrus War. Is anybody buying this shit? I'm here, Rob. Why would I run? You gave me a play. Oh, no, I didn't. No. One vision, because sometimes when I have to do something on my phone, it kicks everybody out. So I was just, real men dance. Yeah, Ray. Yeah, Ray. You never heard that? Oh, somebody can't dance. Don't worry. I'm scared to dance too, man. But I know I can fucking bust a move. You know what I mean? Like if I had to, if my life depended on it. Whoa, I've got this one in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Just practice in front of a mirror, Raymond. Um, that's the kind of society I want to live in, where people are like, can he dance though? Can he dance? Because, I see this shit and I go, not a man. You're embarrassing yourself and us as a country just by that dancing alone and the Epstein files. But you know what I mean? That's a good rule of thumb. Still, I haven't heard an argument against that. Do you take advice from people who dance horribly? I hate Seinfeld and that whole fucking series. Never seen a thing of it, but I know about that Luann, was her name? Whatever. The Nepo baby girl that was on it. The one girl in the Seinfeld episode. I think that was a show about incels. I'm pretty sure Seinfeld was a show about incels. I'm just figuring this out. I never watched it, but I'm pretty sure all three of those guys were single and lived alone and like complained that the world was out to get them. I'm pretty sure that was the first incel show. Interesting. But that Luann, whatever her name is. I think Luann is King of the Hill. I don't know what her name was on Seinfeld, but the girl on Seinfeld couldn't dance, and like it was a big turnoff to the world. So, if you're taking advice from these two knuckleheads who you see here dancing, I can't play the video clearly, but reevaluate your life. You failed. You failed. I don't tell people often that they've failed, but if you're looking up to these two for what is a man, you failed. You failed fucking life. And I have the loosest, most fluid division, whatever. I'm so tired. I have the loosest definition, my apologies, for what is a man or a real man. A, you fight the class war and that's it. No war but class war. B, you can bust a move. Even, I don't care if you're a freak show on the floor. I don't care if you create a new dance move. It's just, you got some flow. You know what I mean? The vibes you give off. They could be the worst dance moves. But I mean, these two give off like, they would touch your younger sister vibes. Or their younger daughter. Didn't this dude like kiss his mom or something? And this one wants to fuck his daughter. You know what I mean? So like, those are the vibes they give off when they dance, It's not so much dancing as it is a display of power where nobody can critique them. That's what I figured it out. They don't dance because they can't, but really what you're seeing here is this is a power move. This is a power display. They're challenging anyone to call them stupid. They're saying, go ahead, say I look stupid, and nobody in the room. They're all clapping and like stomping their feet and wearing shoes that are too big. Did you see that story? This guy's buying everyone shoes like Marco Rubio, and he's like, I guess Marco wears a size 22. I would probably get an old pair off Shaquille O'Neal, And Marco's walking around like a fucking clown with floppy shoes everywhere. God damn. That's what it takes to be a bootlicker. You got to walk around in Shaquille O'Neal's old shoes to just prove to your boss that you're loyal. That's MAGA in a nutshell. It's a show about literally nothing. Class consciousness, that's what the show is. If you can't pick up on that, you're too stupid for the show, okay? If you don't understand that this is about class consciousness and explaining to you that these two, while they get richer, this one moves to Puerto Rico, for tax purposes, and then claims that Bad Bunny is not American. Multiple degrees of irony there. If you can't pick up on what I'm putting down, you're just too stupid. And listen, hey, dummy. That's right. I know you turned your head when I said dummy. I'm talking to you. It's not your fault. The American educational system, especially if you're down in the deep South where they like cheer you on to burn the books, it's their fault, man. And that's why I'm into restructuring all of societal's educational systems to make you flourish. You're a seed that's been planted in a pile of this guy's diaper. And you just haven't had the opportunity to look outside of your 9 to 5. That's what I'm fighting for. Fight for you. Hate me all you want. I don't give a shit. Thank God my shit ain't based on fucking how you feel. I thought you were the crowd that was like, oh, your feelings shouldn't matter. It should be facts. And here you are telling me how you feel. Wow, very emotional. Very emotional. It's capitalism. It's awesome. I can smell the fucking sarcasm off that one. What do you have the truth in? Okay. This guy speaks the truth. Let's get to our first clip. This is him. This is Donald Trump speaking the truth, right? That's what you say. We have the truth. And if that's the truth, I just want to say, if that is the truth, if that's the truth, then you got to stick by it. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, you got to give me a minute. I'm going to see if I can even grab the screenshot. Give me a second. All right, is everybody here? Okay, here we go. Okay. Just curious, Boss Rob, who's the best president in my lifetime? President I like the best. Oh, that is a good question. That I like the best? In my lifetime? I'll say this, outside of policies, because I think all their policies are garbage. They were all shit presidents. They were all horrible, okay? All of them were horrible. From Reagan to the first Bush Nepo presidency to the Clinton one, where he was the precipice for the Epstein files. Like, Clinton really showed you what a president could do. We didn't have like easy access to the internet with Clinton. So he had to go on TV for a national event. People went to TV. I know now, like, you get it, I don't know, from Vine or something. But back in my day, you would all sit by the TV, like the OJ verdict, the riots, Bill Clinton telling you that he did not have sexual relations with that woman, and he went on TV to say it. And that was like a thing, you know, a challenger. And teachers used to go into some magical TV room and roll out a big tube TV and be like, hey, we got to watch this fucking, you know. And you didn't have to be connected to anything. We had these things called antennas that were bunny ears, and you just move them around. We only had like 6 channels, but so Clinton, I think, was the precipice of like showing you what a president could do and get away with, right? He went on TV, lied to everybody's faces. And I think it was easy for him because he was like, thank God they're not asking about the Epstein files. You know, like, I'm pretty sure that was his thought. He was like, oh, the Monica thing, I'll nail this. We still got the Epstein files tucked away, right? And I know you're saying this is the 90s, but just fucking pay attention, man. This has been going on forever. And then we had next Bush, you know what I mean? And like, just, we shouldn't have dynasty. Like, I know people like dynasties in sports, but we just shouldn't have them in presidents, you know? Like, it should cancel out your lineage if you don't fucking, you know, provide great welfare safety nets for all Americans. Like, your lineage just gets chopped out of being able to run for president. That's my rule. That's my new rule, you know? And my other new rule is no more presidents. I don't know. I think we have a trifecta of, I don't know what you call it, of like a commune who decides on things. But anyways, and then we had Bush, but the only one who I thought was personable and had some riz, as the children say, was Obama. He was very human. Not some of his policies, but I thought as a human, he was the most human of the humans. More human than human, as the great philosopher, poet Rob Zombie once said. White Zombie and Rob, them together. So I believe that was a song about Obama. It might have came out in the 90s, but it was alluding to the Obama presidency. More human than human. Because if you've seen any clips of him just, you know, being a human, he's usually just being a human. A bro, as you'd say. And I thought he was very likable. That's why I don't understand why people like this orange turd. Because, like, just so you know, if you met Donald Trump, I know rich people that invited Donald Trump to this billionaire's house to do a fundraiser for him. And Donald Trump blew off billionaires. You know, he was like, what do you do, car dealership? Clean my fucking car. You know, he thinks less of everyone except for Ivanka Trump. And he only thinks highly of her because he'd like her up high while he's down low. So that's the weird thing to me. Like, this is a dude who fucking, if you're a Latino who voted for Trump, as we've seen, like, and you just went to meet him, he'd be like, shouldn't you be gardening or something? You know, like, he'd be the biggest fucking asshole to you. So I don't comprehend people that get that. So does that answer your question? Tisdale, good to see you. Tom, hey, what's up? Fucking ridiculous, dude. You're right. America is. Quoting the movie White Zombie. It's the band. The band White Zombie. Get it straight. Rob Zombie and his band White Zombie in the 90s. And then he just went solo. And then he started making movies. Also a great speaker. Also Obama. Yeah. Everybody's scared of Trump, so rich, he will sue you into oblivion. Can't sue me if you're dead. Yeah. No more presidents? See, Cherry Axiom, that's how far left I am. When I say things, people are, what's up, CJ? Good to see you, CJ. I haven't seen you in a while. How is life? How are things? I hope you're well. What's up, President Reagan? I rode on a plane with Jimmy Carter, sat next to his agent and chatted with him. Oh yeah, I forgot about Carter. He seemed like a human, you know. It's good for Rob's analytics and channel reach. What is? Anything. Hitting like, hitting subscribe, just joining. You look somewhat like a man until you start speaking, and then you just sound like a whining liberal. I'm a leftist, you fucking idiot. God, Adrian, if you're gonna come in here and say some stupid shit, especially like when I was like, I'm so far left, I don't believe in a president, and you're like, what a status quo liberal who wants to build back better and won't tax billionaires. Like, dude, you know, you're clearly a bot. If somebody wants to get rid of him, that's fine. But anyway, somebody was like, we have the truth on our side, and I took a long detour because I'd rather answer Tizzy's question than deal with these fucking nimrods in the comments. And thank you for the question, Tizzy. If they're gonna believe Trump, does anybody remember this clip of Donald Trump talking? Here's the picture of it. Oh, hold on. It would help if I turned the volume up, I think. Here's him talking about the 2024 election with this fucking nerd gleefully, you know, urinating in his drawers behind him. He's so happy.
When we made this, it was made during my term, my first term, and it was so sad because I said, can you imagine I'm not going to be president? And that's too bad. And then what happened is they rigged the election and I became president. So that was a good thing. It was a good thing. It was quite an achievement for both of us. So
they rigged the election and then I became president, and it was a good thing. So MAGA, you got the truth on your side. Right? 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 Right, MAGA? Right? Is that the truth on your side? Oh, hold on. Trump is always crying the victim. Okay. Oh, God bless you, Barry man. May class consciousness bless you as well. Legalized dreamfish, Colorado river toad, cane toad, yopo, vilca, iboga, coca, peyote, San Pedro, kratom, ayahuasca, cannabis, hemp, magic mushrooms, salvia, all holy medicines. Amen to that. Somerville in Massachusetts decriminalized psilocybin. Most of America, including the government, has a patent on cannabis. Its medicinal properties. I don't think kratom is illegal. Let's let's see. Peyote in Somerville is decriminalized. Ayahuasca, if you run a religion, then you can use it. Salvia, of course, is legal. I don't know about the Colorado river toad, but I'd like to learn more. Dreamfish, never even heard of that one. He's going on the deep cuts, man. Fulton County raid. What happened? And by the way, sorry. Hey, what's up? DNA Mindset Matters. How are you? Good to have you here. Where are you calling in from? Sorry, I worked in radio for a long time. Not latitude and longitude. Just where in the world is DNA Mindset Matters? What did you say? Fulton County raid. The election office. January 28, 2026. The day Trump came for the ballots. Yeah. Well, if you just look into the 2024 election, all the threats on Democratic voting places, there's a ton of stuff that I've gone over on the live. I don't want to rehash it right now because there is other news. What was it? Sorry, guys. You know, these days starting at 4 a.m. working and then trying to do a live and then going to do more stuff is wiping me out. But I'm trying to keep up with everything. Let's just go through some more audio because there's more of it. Let's talk a little about Joe Rogan. We talking THC? We talking all that cannabis. Salvia is a waste of 15 minutes in my experience. Yeah. I mean, if you're, you know, I don't want to say any ages, but you know what I mean? If you're young and dumb and, you know, somebody had a bag, you know, it happens, but it is. It's a waste of time. What's up, Large Taco? Good to see you, man. Jersey here. Ah, another Dirty Jers. Yo, we got so many people from Dirty Jers. I love it. I love it. I love it. Dirty Jers in the house. Okay. Here's some Joe Rogan. Let me pull up the picture. Let me pull up the old Joey Broey. Oh, Joey Broey. You see him down there? The baby man? Let's listen to this audio.
He's 80. He doesn't have much to lose.
Right. Last term.
That's the scary thing about old leaders. It's like death is imminent. It's within a decade, if you're lucky. That's spooky. That's spooky.
Why the fuck would you tell people to vote for him and then have this fucking introspective moment of the philosophy of ancient people? Dude, what the... This is like a psyop. You understand that. Joe Rogan is a psychological operation put in play by Peter Thiel from Palantir. And if you look up who owns a majority shareholder in Spotify, it's one of Peter Thiel's fucking investment firms. So Peter Thiel was directly responsible for Joe Rogan's rise to fucking meteoric stupidity. And now you see why, you know. He's friends with all Peter Thiel's people. No one can talk bad about Peter Thiel. You can't talk bad about the presidency or anything the regime's doing. And Joe will tiptoe through the tulips in this funny, weird dance where he doesn't really critique it, but he just theorizes on old stuff or things they're doing or why is this? You know, he positions it as like, I'm just asking questions, man, but I'm not calling out any names. And it's like, Joe, you had an easy time calling out names and saying like Donald Trump's a funny dude and people should vote for him and taking responsibility for him winning the presidency. Didn't Joe Rogan even watch the fucking election live? I don't know. Again, I can only take my Joe Rogan in clips because I can't handle that much stupid on purpose. Mind you, this is a malicious stupidity. This is not like a naivete, you know? This is a malicious, I'm playing dumb to fucking appease my base. You know, and I don't even know why he's doing it. I think because of the backlash, because Joe Rogan wants to be liked. We have to understand the psyche of Joe Rogan. The reason Joe Rogan's so obsessed with calling himself a comic is because that's what he idolizes, and he'll never be one. So instead of a lot of people, like no one you've ever heard quoting a Joe Rogan bit, he has to officially give himself the title of comic because other fucking comics aren't like, oh, you know who my favorite comic is? Joe Rogan. Those are words you've never fucking heard in your life. In your life. And you might even know some fucking Joe Rogan podcast listeners. And those people aren't even quoting Joe Rogan's stand-up bits. And maybe unless they have a stool and they just start humping it. And you're like, oh, you're doing a Joe Rogan? He's like, no, I'm just drunk, man. So we really need to understand that Joe Rogan is a sensitive, fragile, tiny little man with giant thighs and loves to kick a heavy bag, and that's his definition of what's a man. So once you comprehend that, you understand that he's just fearful. He finally got a seat at the little kids' table, and he can see Peter Thiel from there, you know? And he's like, Peter's my billionaire daddy, and I need to appease him because I don't want to lose all this. I like eating elk brains every day, or I don't know what he eats. Alpha elk brains? I don't know. Joe, what do you do? But anyways, here's Joe now reminiscing on the life of elder leaders, which, goddamn, I would fuck myself in the head with a tack hammer if this was the shit I listened to every day.
Like, you know, you're making decisions for babies and children and the future of the world, and you've only got 10 years left on Earth.
Where the fuck was that a year and a half ago? You know what I mean? Like, I really want you to think about this. I want you to think about what this fucking demented billionaire or 100 millionaire, this Epstein class fucking protector is saying. I need you to understand that what he's saying is, now that I think about an 80-year-old running things, that's kind of crazy because he's making generational decisions with implications that we can't even fathom yet. Based upon him, you know, fucking checking out of this hotel in maybe a few years. You know, we don't know. Could it be tomorrow? Could it be 10 years? We don't know, and neither does he. So he's just kind of pulling the fucking strings while the strings are being pulled on him. Can you imagine, you know, cheering on this whole regime, this tyrannical, fucking imperial fucking regime? Like, Joe Rogan cheered it on, make no mistake. Voted for him, has his phone number, talks about it on his show, how, like, Donald Trump will text him sometimes. Like, that's a fucking humble brag. What is he asking for? Your daughters, dude? You know what I mean? What is Donald Trump fucking looking to Joe Rogan to fucking connect over? Probably, like, seeing if you want to send your kids over to his house, and he promises he'll babysit. But, I mean, this pathetic fucking moron now... Like, I don't know. This is just basic life advice for anybody who needs it. If somebody's all gung-ho about something without taking this kind of, you know, thoughtful fucking take first, don't trust them. They're bought and paid for. That's what Joe Rogan is. You're a shill, and I hope this money's worth it because hell is going to be hot for you. Hell is hot. DMX. The D party is in the casket. Flock, here's the thing, man. I don't like Democrats either, dude. This is why I say America needs to be educated, because when people hear me critique Joe Rogan and the Republicans, they immediately react. And they go, oh, the Democrats suck too. And I go, I know, 100%. Did you not hear me say no more presidents? Did you not hear me say that? What are you, fucking new? Can remember a time when conservatives didn't have a voice? That's 100% not true. It's 100%. Conservatives have always had a choice or a voice. They've always owned the fucking media. They just maybe fumbled it more. Now their fucking propaganda is way more slick. And it took like a generation or two for Americans to get so stupid that they would trust Joe Rogan with their vote. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about how dumb you are to be like, Joe Rogan's voting for him? Oh, cool. Like, if you've ever heard someone say like, oh, I'm voting because Joe Rogan did, like, that person, that's the only person that needs a poll tax, you know? And the poll tax should be whatever is outside of their salary range. Like, we should make that illegal to fucking vote. You know, if you're like, oh, I'm voting because fucking Leonardo DiCaprio said so. It's like, you know what? Just shut up and fucking don't vote. At that point, like, we'll do better. You know what I mean? Like, the country, it's going to suck no matter what until we fucking have a revolution. But if you're voting because some fucking billionaire told you to, or Joe Rogan told you to, you think his interests align with yours? This is the thing I don't get. It's like, you understand why they're saying it. Because they're like, oh, he's going to cut my... Dave Chappelle did a whole bit on this. Dave Chappelle was like, I don't understand why these poor white people love Trump. And he's like, Trump don't give a fuck about them. He's like, he's going to protect me, a rich dude. And I was like, Dave gets class consciousness. He's not really on our side, but he gets it. Oh God. Anyways, Bunkbed Coffin came on, and then I remembered your show had already started. Wait, Bunkbed Coffin is here? No way. It would be an honor. It would be an honor, friend. Where you were saying, oh, Bunkbed Coffin came on, like musically. Okay, I read that wrong. Sorry, virtual reality for me. Sorry. He knows a lot of them are stupid. I never vote for some because someone told me to. Thank God. Thank God. But I mean, in today's day and age of media influencers, and that's what I mean, like the propaganda has gotten so slick. You know, like people really look up to Joe Rogan. This is like not a joke. He has like his own cult, you know. They're starting to break frame and you know, starting to see the true picture, because once somebody becomes so deeply hypocritical that it's bordering, you know, ironic, people can't help but be like, all right, am I being stupid going along with this? You know, because people in their life were like, wait, didn't you say this? You know, and then they gotta back that up because they're just fed fucking information from Joe Rogan. You know, I mean, let's listen. Okay, really listen to Joe Rogan. Hold on, let's see if I could find. This is what I should have done. Sorry, I had no time to prepare. I had like fucking 20 minutes. Outside of reading the news on every second I could. Joe Rogan. What was it? Donald Trump election? I don't know what I would call this. Donald Trump election night? I don't know. Okay. No, it's just going to show me his Donald Trump interview. Let's see.
On March 20th.
Shut your face.
Great.
No, I'm not going to watch an ad. No, we won't do it. Fuck it. Joe Rogan's not getting my YouTube money. Oh, Danny, the funniest thing about you coming here every day, buddy, is you just want to be loved. And if you could grow the balls, if you could grow the sack, Danny, to say that. And you're an old man, dude. I seen your photo. You are an old-ass man. And it must have been a lonely, cold life. Hold on, let me take all this off so I get to speak to Danny real quick. Danny, you must be living a lonely life to come in here and pretend like, oh, I'm going to insult this guy again. You know, and I would say respect your elders, Dandy. Respect them. And you may go, well, I'm 81, you know? And I say mental elders. Somebody who's smarter than you, Danny, because I fucking know I am. I've seen your chats. And I'm not even that smart, you know? I'm really not fucking that brilliant. But there are some people where I go, oof, this stupid fucking tree was brutal on them on the way down. But Danny, here's the thing, man. I want you to get some courage. I'm going to inspire you right now, okay? This is how you do it. This is how you win them over. Danny, we see your comments. You want to be a mean old curmudgeon, right? That's your whole thing. But what you're really telling me, you know, what you're really saying is, I'm desperate for some attention. Say my name. Say my name. Speak tanky to me, you know? That's why you're here every day, Danny. Every day. Listen, if I hate Joe Rogan, I don't go to his podcast ever. I've talked about this all the time. I let RM Brown clip him for me, and then I'll catch up through RM Brown. You know, like I just don't go to Joe Rogan. I don't leave him comments. I don't give a fuck about him. You know, when we read the big, beautiful obituary, I won't pour any liquor out for him, you know. So Danny, just, you know, I need you to be a little more courageous and say what you mean, bro. Say what you mean. You know, say, hey, man, I'm lonely, and I'm looking to be involved, and I want to connect, you know, because that's what you're saying. Every day you say the same stupid shit, you know, the same dumb thing. And what it's saying to me is like, look, Danny needs some attention, you know. He's got a cold heart, but somebody needs to crack that open. Either that or you're just a fucking debaucherous, pathetic scumbag, which that could be the case too, and you just got time on your hands, you know. Anyways, Danny, the more authentic you are with yourself, it won't matter what anyone else is doing if that's the case. Ooh, I like that. I like that. DNA mindset matters. Why did Danny say something else? I don't even think he did. Subscribe. Oh, thank you. Thank you, DNA. I'm trying to go back to see if Danny... I am a U.S. citizen. Yeah, okay. I think he says that every fuck. Maybe Danny's brain is broken. That's the other thing. Maybe the only way he could get on YouTube is to my channel, which, you know, he needs a door to the fucking outside world, so let it be this. Everybody just ignore Danny. But DNA mindset matters. That's a very astute point. I love insights like that. The more authentic you are with yourself, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. That's the creed to live by right there. It's just be you. This is why I have such a problem with Americans saying land of the free and then trying to oppress people. Because I'm like, if you believe in a free land, and here's why education is so important, because most of these fucking dingbats don't know what freedom is. Freedom is if you are like, I feel trapped in the wrong body, I want to express myself in a different way, and that affects nobody. Solidarity with my whole trans community. I love you guys and gals. But freedom would be the ability to do that, you know? You know how the Republicans are like, oh, Sharia law, and you can't do anything in the Middle East. And then they're like, give us your money, the Middle East. That would be some kind of oppression. So it's almost ironic that you're saying, we don't want to do that, but we just want to do the white Christ version of it. You understand what I'm saying? So freedom would be able to kind of express yourself, be who you want to be, all those beautiful things. And these hardcore conservatives, twatsies, and the rest, a lot of them, the MAGA, the Logan Pauls, the Joe Rogans, the Tim Pools, the Steven Crowders, the CNNs, the fucking Microsoft documents, the whatever. I don't give a shit who has a news channel. All those people are not only in it for the grift, but, you know, they're trying to sell you on what freedom is. Freedom is, you know, guys in a girls sports team. Not really. I would say that's like the most restricted shit ever. You know, if you really want to spell out freedom, that would mean like co-ed fucking sports, right? I'm just saying, if Republicans are the ones that are like chirping about freedom all the time, the true freedom would be like, everybody just fucking plays a sport. There's just one sport. And you just got the freedom to do it. Because other than that, it sounds like somebody's not allowed because of something. You know what I mean? And that's not freedom. Again, it's all about the definition of what you think freedom is. Unless these myopic fucking imbeciles think freedom just pertains to them. What makes them feel comfortable, you know? Smoking Blondie's here. What's up, Smoking? You missed. We played your music. I played it twice, I think, earlier. That was the intro music. They're all astroturfed. Jay the Gray. Astroturfed. I gotta look that up, man. You're too young. You're younger than me. I feel like I'm listening to Hassan right now. Astro... What the fuck did you call it? Astroturfed. Is a deceptive practice of manufacturing the appearance of genuine grassroots support. Ooh, that's a good term. Thank you, Jay the Gray. I learned something today. The more you... Hold on. I'm going to get there. Hold on. Everybody, if you already knew what astroturf meant, that's amazing. I'm proud of you. You were smarter than me today, and that's a good thing, man. Jay the Gray. Fucking love. I love getting taught stuff, man. I love that. That's one of my favorite things, you know? And something I'll never forget. People will be like, oh, he's astroturfs. And I'll be like, Jay the Gray. Jay the Gray, wherever you are, thank you, buddy. Thank you. And then Jay will be at work or doing some shit. He'll be like painting a rad painting. He'll be like, I felt that. Anyways. All right, let's figure it out. Astroturfing, the deceptive practice of manufacturing the appearance of genuine grassroots support for a product policy candidate, often using paid actors or automated accounts. It aims to make artificial corporate-sponsored or political campaigns appear as natural, voluntary public opinion. Today's More You Know, brought to you by Jay the Gray. Were you on Orkut or MySpace? What the fuck is Orkut? Code Lucky. Oh my God. Is that like the Turkish version of MySpace? What are you talking about? I don't know what that is. Lemony, every conservative movement is astroturfed. Yeah. And that's, thank you for giving me that word, because Joe Rogan is astroturf. Like, people don't understand. Peter Thiel put him there. Peter Thiel picked him. Joe Rogan's a pick me bitch. Here, you want to see the MAGA girl that tricked all of MAGA? This is so hilarious. This is so fucking funny. Just one day after Republican billionaire Bill Ackman gave his best wishes to an obviously fake account posing as a young right woman, right and white, I guess that makes sense, comes the news that a million thirsty MAGA men have been following and buying pics from a total AI-generated soldier named Amy Foster. I told you, listen, Black Merlin said to me, Black Merlin was like, what is wrong with America? And I said, incels, man. I mean, it goes deeper than that. There's many facets of, you know, capitalist fucking America that is absolutely horrific. The need to forever grow and meet Wall Street's expectations in a finite fucking system is, by definition, cancer. But I think right now what's going on is incelism. You know, all these involuntary celibate men getting, you know, like drooling over AI photo. This is the funniest shit in my life. Yo, it's an AI Fembot. And MAGA, I bet there's some MAGA in the fucking, yep, Adam Hester. He says, I bought nudes from her. Oh, dude, that's so sad, Adam. I can't believe you admit that, man. That's crazy. Adam Hester, he would pay to an AI, and I guarantee you all the money went to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was like, why are we selling digital trading cards when we could just create an AI Fembot and sell them new fake AI nudes? Why do you think Elon Musk's Grok has different court cases in the EU about defrocking? Is that the word? Defrock? Hold on. No, isn't defrocking like when you, a priest? Yeah, deprive a person in holy orders of a classical statics. Yeah, not defrocking. What is it? Oh, God, my fucking brain, man. Declothe? Is that? No, that's a... That's an AI thing. Revolutionary wardrobe management. I guess that kind of works here. To unclothe this lady. Why do you think Elon Musk's whole AI, you know, that was the main end goal. Elon Musk wanted to make sure he could see every girl on his platform nude, so he made Grok do that. Incels, man. Incels. Fucking incels. Oh, man. MMAJ, your moderator keeps deleting what I'm saying. Okay, say it, man. Mods, don't delete them, let them say. Unless you're saying a slur or something, man, then you can just get the fuck out, you know? But go ahead, MMAJ. Go ahead. What's so important, man? What's so important? I'll tell you what, nothing besides class consciousness. Hold on, where's... Oh, Swan here. Listen, I really do love that MAGA is so fragile. They can't do anything on their own. They have to come somewhere and be like, you know, at least we're not the woke party. You understand that what you're saying is like, at least we're being tricked by the system. That's the opposite of not being woke. If you're not woke, just so you know, because Republicans sold you the image of woke being like having a septum ring or something. I don't know. You guys are morons. So you're toddler-esque at best, you know, like the intellect of a fucking 6-year-old. So when you brag about like, hey, at least we're not woke, what you're saying is like, I'm unaware of all the advantage that's being taken of me. You know, I have no idea that I'm being exploited this bad. I just work 50 hours a week to rent with 4 other people and try to save up for egg. Like, that's what you're saying. And you're saying, like, and this is great. This is the best thing I've ever experienced. It's freedom. My freedom is to work as much as I can to not afford my health care and beg the president for fucking good egg prices and please don't raise gas prices. Like, that's what you're telling us. When you brag about not being woke, I need to be very clear because there's a lot of fucking dummies out there. That's what you're saying. You're like, I don't get how any of this works, and I just think I'm being treated the best in the world. I don't know about other countries, but just America's the best because they said so. Jesus said it in the Bible. I don't read the Bible, but I'm pretty sure Jesus said it there because he came here with the Pilgrims and he founded the Constitution all by himself. Thomas Jefferson just was the ghostwriter. Like, you fucking dummy. You so stupid. Please try not to be this stupid in the chat, you know. Alma, good to see you. Isn't the right always complaining about libs, you're a bunch of sheep? Meanwhile, they shit on being woke. That's what I mean. There's a deep ironical hypocritical divide in America among the conservative brain. They're like, the liberals are just sheeps, you know? And you're like, well, I'm a leftist, so I don't subscribe to any of this shit. But they're sheeps. They're woke sheep. That should be a t-shirt. Woke sheep. Look at the woke sheep. We got to figure this out. We should make a t-shirt, woke sheep, and we'll just make it red like a MAGA shirt. And I'm sure these fucking morons would buy it, you know? And then we could just laugh at them. That's what Donald Trump does anyways. He just sells them. He's like, I don't know, make some garbage fucking Chinese watch and I'll say it's like the Donald Trump time, you know? And that's literally a real thing. Oh, Steve. Oh, hold on. Raygun, don't, if they're going to say that, that's fine. Because it gives me a second to say Steve. I didn't get to read his whole name. Steve wanted to say, God bless the Epstein class. Steve came in the comments to specifically say, God bless all the PDF files running our country, and he's in full support. So just so you know, we need to weed these fucking people out. You know, when you come out and you say stuff like that, I'll read it for you. Don't worry. So when you say like, God bless my pedophile class president, and all the PDF files that he's protecting, and the Pete oligarchy and the Epstein class, and don't release the files. When you say that, Steve, I wish I got your full name so we could all fucking know who the fuck you are. Of course, you don't show your face when you do that stuff because you're chicken shit. Most people are. Most of you MAGA Republicans are. That's why you buy fucking fake nudes from an AI Fembot, okay? Am I clear on that? Meanwhile, I'm showing my face every day saying, fuck you, President Trump. Fuck your whole system, all right? Understand? All right, Steve. Now that we're clear, let those people speak. Ew, Steve is gross. That's embarrassing, Steve. You don't want to get a that's embarrassing from Smoking Blondie, okay? There's Steve. He's back. Steve says, I'm very non-patriotic and I hate my fellow Americans. Oh, you loser, man. We hate that. You know what? Because we love everybody here. Large Taco is not a bot. No, you leave Large Taco. That's my fellow reverend. Everybody leave Large Taco alone. Thank you, Smoking Blondie. Any of that moronic mindset can get fucking deleted. TDS keeps the pedos away. The Daily Show. I love The Daily Show. MMA Jay. And everyone hates me. That's why I'm an incel. Weird comment, Jay, but thanks. I don't know. Okay, let's see if we can get to some news. Just for the stupid people in here, remember, I'm live and you're in my comments, so go ahead, talk some shit and see if I read it or if I just make something up and make you look stupid. Again, that's how this works. I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for being here. And fuck your feelings. No, not you, I mean Steve. Oh, okay. Sorry, MMA Jay. Sorry, when I start firing them out, Jay, I can't stop sometimes. I get a little defensive of my political beliefs, which, by the way, $66 minimum wage, maximum wage, no more billionaires, no more. You can be a 999 millionaire, and if you can't live on that, you're gonna promise to leave, then guess what? We'll just seize your assets, we'll exile you to Epstein Island, and no more issues, right? Right, billionaire class, Epstein, the Pete oligarchy. Taco, the comment about unions pisses me off. Who's talking about unions? Hold on. Large Taco, I hope you're not trashing unions. No labor unions and working class organization gave you an awesome. No, he's saying no. Labor unions and working class organization gave you an awesome life. See, it's all how you read it. Is this live? Oh, Charlie Kelly, if you fucking do this to me, I can't. God damn it, Charlie. You always make my day by ruining it. I feel like that's the whole It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia show. They always make your day by ruining it. Smoking Bloody. Oh, I see. See, it's hard. I'm telling you guys, we need a sarcasm font. This is what the Pete oligarchy wants. They want us to not be able to understand each other's sarcasm, so we infight, because we don't infight here. We go hard after MAGA, though. Punctuation matters. But this is the only time punctuation matters. But I can defend large talk. No, I was pro-union. My punctuation was bad. And how the revolution collapsed. Punctuation. Let's play some Shardy McDennis. God damn it, Michael. Now you're here, and I can't do you and Charlie today. I can't do it. Fucking can't do it. Oh, but that would be a fun game to play. I retract my bot curse. Oof, thank God. Put the laugh first as my sarcasm alert. Oh, Shy Pixie. I like that idea. Again, I'm just, I can't believe that we have AI before we have fucking a sarcasm font. That just shows you that this is a class war. All good. I appreciate the vigilance. Listen, this community is vigilant. I'll give you that. I got to remind the mods, say, listen, mods, I love you, but let some of these dummies speak sometimes, because it's fun. It's good banter. Plus, a lot of these people think that they can, because they probably go to like big live streamers like Hassan, and Hassan's never going to pay attention to them. Valenti, Secular Talk, Majority Report, like they're going to not acknowledge these guys. They're going to acknowledge the classier, more well-spoken trolls, that like are real slippery, like the CIA trolls. Like that's what they're going to acknowledge. But I'll fucking beat up on any dummy in the chat, like that's where I don't really have standards. Like if you're gonna say some real stupid shit, okay, let's do it, and maybe I can stop them from acting like they would, not in real life, because they ain't walking into somebody's fucking play or movie and behaving like that. But they think their anonymous account, when they log in as a black woman or whatever, they can go in and say all this shit, and I'm just not going to tolerate it. And I think that's good sometimes, because these people do not hear it enough that they are fucking moronic. The ultimate pick-me's are MAGA. Let the dummies speak. Hey, I'm a sucker for real conversation. We'll be the ones who decide that, okay? We'll decide if that's true or not. Trickle down on me, Griff Daddy. Fuck you, Rogan. That is too funny. Can we get a t-shirt that says trickle down on... Can we please make a t-shirt that says trickle down on me, Grift Daddy? With Donald Trump with both his... No, maybe Donald Trump doing his Jack and the Giraffes dance off. Oh my God, that is so funny. Oh, iKing Clip says, I'm an incel. Look at me, everybody. Thanks for being here, iKing Clip. Yes, we stopped. It's over. Now get some sleep, bud. I know. I'm kind of liking the interaction of this chat more than anything. Because I got more audio to play and stuff. I really wanted to show you this. Who could disagree with this? Besides the Pete oligarchy, besides everybody in the Epstein files, who could disagree with this missile? Not I. A MAGA used to not be able to. Okay, here. Wait. We listened to Joe Rogan. I'm going to skip those. Besant, I want to show you some more bitch-made leaders. I don't even call them leaders. Men in suits, I guess you'd call it. Oh, did I not take a picture of Scott Bessent? Everybody knows what he looks like. He's the gay guy in Donald Trump's regime, which is, the irony runs deep on that one. I'll just keep this photo up. But here's Scott Bessent doing an interview, and he gets a call from Donald Trump in the middle of the interview. But what the key in this is listen to him after he comes back. He doesn't say anything at first. He gets called out of the interview. But listen to the fucking boot licking that happens when he comes back. It's Kim Jong-un worthy. You know what I mean? It's unreal. Here it is.
The president wants you. Sorry, the president wants you.
Okay.
So the reporter looks wicked confused. Somebody you can hear in the background's like, the president wants you right away. And he's like, oh. is my coffee. Very flamboyant Mike retrieval, which God bless him, man. Or actually, no, not him. Fuck him. But you know, I love the gay community, but I just hate a fucking oppressive gay person. You know what I mean? Like one in a Twatsy regime. I can't tolerate that shit. You know, may everything that you are doing to others happen to you 1,000-fold.
No problem at all. See you shortly, Mr. Secretary.
See you shortly. It says 10:22 a.m. Okay.
Mr. Secretary, I have to
12:07 p.m. So he was. Oh God, he didn't want to see you for a second. They're like, the president needs to speak to you very briefly. An hour later. No. 10, 11, 12, 2 hours later. Yeah, I did the math on that. Shut the fuck up.
say it's a first, I'm sure, a last as well, that an interviewee's been pulled away to go to the Situation Room. How's the president? Was he stressed?
No, the president is in great spirits. The Iranian mission is proceeding well ahead of schedule. And you know, I have to tell you, Wolf, that I've a teenage...
Today, Junior? Jesus Christ, dude. How terrified is this man? Have you ever I'm sorry, but when I was listening to this audio earlier, all I could think of is like a little kid getting in trouble and then coming back and someone being like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, I'm totally fine. My mom didn't spank me for going in the cookie jar." You know, like, let's listen to him fucking stuttering. Like, you know, Donald Trump giving him a verbal spanking. Jesus Christ, these are pathetic men. I don't care how much money you have. If you sound like this after getting off the phone with Donald Trump, you're a pathetic fucking husk of a human.
Was he stressed?
No, the president is in great spirits.
He's the best. He's the greatest spirit ever.
The Iranian mission is proceeding well ahead of schedule. And you know, I have to tell you, Wolf, that I've a teenager who's considering military service, and I could give this team my highest compliment from President Trump to the head of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of War. I would say that I would trust my child's life in their hands.
Okay, Sky News, the full story first. So apparently this is with Sky News. So Scott Bessent was just like, my kid can die for Donald Trump. That's fine. No, really. I'm going to ground him if he doesn't. I'm just saying no inheritance for you, little guy. I wish. Now, you know here, if you're new to the show, I like to play this audio and then critique the journalists. That's what I like to do. My favorite thing is not so much to make fun of these fucking plainclothes suit, you know, basic cocoa melon brain fucking politicians, but I really, really enjoy critiquing the journalist. Now, after you hear a full panty sniff like Scott Bessent just did on Donald Trump, like, nah, everything's perfect, you know, with the stuttering, he's like, I'd send my own child to die for him. I, as the reporter, would say, so what are your critiques? You know how if you've ever been in a job interview, they're like, tell us something that, you know, tell us your one flaw. And you're like, my one flaw is I work too hard. You know, that stupid fucking corporate talk. It's like, how about you tell us your company's few flaws? What do you exploit people? You underpay people? You try to always meet monstrous expectations? What is it? I would say to the journalist, when he looks that nervous and he's in full panty mode, you know, full gotta sniff this guy's panties, because you know he's not wearing whitey tighties. He's wearing a G-string. MAGA, calm down, buddy. Calm down. I would have said, Scott, now give us a critique of this regime and just see if you could do it. In fact, this is my note to all journalists. When they start praising and doing the deep, long huff of Donald Trump's panties, next question, tell us one critique. What would you have changed? What would you have done differently? You know, and watch them be like, well, nothing. I would have made Donald Trump king. That's what I would have done different, you know? It's just like I asked the MAGA. Like, go ahead, give us one critique of this panty sniffing raider. Just give us one, you know, and they can't. They're like, Joe Biden, you know? Donald Trump, purely transactional. All of these people are purely transactional. It's really just a big show. That's right, RLH007. I always call it political theater because what you don't know, or maybe you do, is they're all friends. The Democrats or Republicans, Pam Blondie, John Epstein, Bill Epstein, Candace Epstein, Tim Pool Epstein, Sam Epstein, Steven Crowder Epstein, Ben Shapiro Epstein. You know, all of them. They're all fucking on the payroll. They're all going to the cafeteria playing slap after. They all don't give a fuck about you and just want you to not retire ever, you know? If I heard any politician tell me to not retire, you know what I mean? I can't help it. This is a natural reaction. Natural reaction. You want me to work just all my life? And some Americans are like, that sounds like a good idea, Dr. Oz. Awesome. You know? Imbeciles. Goddamn imbeciles. Why don't we change them all out? Day babe, plotted nouns, newness. Sorry, I butchered that. I'm very, very sorry. Yes. Why don't we change them all out? Yes. But the system's got to go too. Here's one of my favorite quotes ever. Get ready. Get your notes ready, kids. This is going to be on the final exam. When institutions fail, you don't reform them. You replace them. Is everybody following that? When this institution has failed. If these two knuckleheads are in the fucking White House, we've failed. Okay. Just seeing two dipshits like this dance, I'd go, our country failed. We can't get somebody in with some moves. You know what I mean? We've had to tolerate for this too long. And they're both, you know, horrible to women. So, you know, that too. The Epstein file. I mean, we could go on for days. But here's the thing. This institution has failed. What this institution of the experiment of democracy in America has brought us is unfettered capitalism. We have the grossest neglect of the working class in fucking eons, man. And instead of, you know, coming together and forging a unifying force of labor unions and organization and fucking citizens, we have these dolts that are fucking like, yes, sir, thank you, may I have another? Let me sniff your panties longer, Donald. So, this institution, Steffelson, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Elon's black eye was from rubbing his face on drugs. Is drugs a big black dude? Sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Is drugs the name of the dildo he paints? Sorry, I had to do it. I know, those are horrible jokes. But when institutions failed, when they raised the Pete oligarchy to this level of, is that Logan or Jake? I don't know. They're both twats. But when it raises the Pete oligarchy to this level where you have no say, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights is gone, the fucking Declaration of Independence means nothing, and it's just like all out war and whatever, the institution has failed, okay? Because we have MAGA here that was, remember I showed you, he had an advertisement that said the pro-peace ticket, and I had to fix it and say the pro-pedo ticket. Remember, I fixed that. You can see it in my post if you hit subscribe and notification bell. So we have MAGA who has to betray their own fake beliefs because they don't have any beliefs. They just want to oppress other people. That's it. They just want somebody to feel shitty so they can feel better about themselves. That is the Republican ticket in a nutshell. And if we can make money doing it, let's do it. You know, that's the whole Republican ticket. Well, I just need other people to feel shitty so I'm not feeling so horrible about myself. You know, they gave away the game too. You know, when they were trying to ban and burn all those books, they were like, we can't have us feeling bad about ourselves. You know, like they're fragile. They cannot fucking think anything has to do with them. That's why we have Karens. You know, it's not the Karen's fault that fucking she's upset. It's got to be other people. You know what I mean? Like, it's very basic, folks. This is why they want you working 70 hours a week, because they don't want you thinking about this shit. But I'll do it. I'll do it at work. I'll talk to people at work about it. I'll do it fucking here. I'll do it at the grocery store. I'll do it everywhere. I don't give a shit. I'll meet you in the parking lot. We'll talk fucking anti-imperialism. I do not care. I'll talk about it all the time, because the more people we wake up, the quicker we can fucking get rid of this bullshit and have a beautiful society where billionaires are taxed at 100%. It's a 3-day work week, 15 hours is full time. And if you're one of those hardo grind culture asshats and you want to work 7 days a week because you hate your family or have no friends or you're just a voluntary incel, celibate showed. That's fine. Nobody's stopping you from working 700 hours a week. We don't care. You know, it's not a brag to us. We'd rather work 15 and then start a band. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got shit to do, man. And it's not work. The system can't be saved. Thank you, Day. Thank you. Yes. So when institutions fail, write this down. I'm going to test everybody on this, you know, next century. When systems fail, when institutions fail, you don't reform them. There's no reforming this. This is the peak this. You know what I mean? If you're for capitalism, what you said to me is, I support the Epstein class. That's what I'm doing. You know? And I'm like, okay, stay the fuck away from me. When they fail, you can't reform them. Not only do you not reform them, stupid people would reform them, you know? There's a lot of people that say build back better, and I'm like, what? A better Epstein class? What do you want to build back out of this? You know? I just want you to try to put this in like context of like your community. Let's say your small little community, let's say everybody owned a home. I know, we're like talking like fucking 1970s now. But imagine if you lived in a neighborhood where everybody owned a home. And a few of those people exploited everybody else and got the most money. And then they graped everyone's kids. And then they had all the power and they started an HOA and they made all the rules in the neighborhood. Would you be like, we just need to get those guys out and build this system better back? Or would you be like, this system is fucking broken, man. We can't do this ever again. We need to figure out a new way forward, right? I would hope. I don't know. Some of you would be like, wait, who is the wealthy guy that grapes the kids in that? Is that me? You know, I see you, MAGA. I see you. Little shout out. Anyways, what's going on in the comments? It's not that hard to get laid. It's all about personality. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it, Alma. God damn it. Hold on. Listen, guys. Listen, fellas and ladies. It's not that hard to get laid. It's all about personality. Brought to you by guys who probably had to pay for sex. Or force it upon women without their consent. Anyways, thanks for the comment. Alma. He needs a self-rant to feel better, like the rest of the ranters. Body of Christ, Jesus hates you, number one, okay? You're more like the obesity of Christ, because your fucking flatulence coming out of your fucking chat is absolutely disgusting, dude. This is the problem. The people with nothing to say think like, oh, look at the hater crash out, while I show you a picture of the most powerful PDF file in the world who's going to war because of Operation Epstein Fury. You know what I mean? I want you to think about what you're saying. I want you to understand what you're saying. What you're saying to me is not anything about me ranting, but you're saying, I stay quiet because I'm content with this. So I want you to understand how I read comments, okay? This is a good lesson for you, whatever your stupid name was. I betrayed Jesus. You should be called the fucking 30 pieces of silver because you're a goddamn Judas with that name. You understand me? You understand me? You kissed the rabbi on the cheek to alert the Roman soldiers who he is? Or do you not read the Bible, you fucking loser? And you don't have to read the Bible. I just do for when people come in here with the body of Christ name thinking they know fucking anything besides one quote in Leviticus. Bitch, I read that shit, all right? Comprehende, essay, or whatever the fuck. Some fucking loser white dude in Alabama telling me, oh, you're ranting because you're mad at this. You're not. You're not? What is it? Another 7 soldiers died in a plane crash over Iran needlessly? Why don't you go tell their parents? Oh, you're just upset because you're not content with this. That's what your comment says. When you're like, oh, a ranter needs to feel better. No, man, there is no feeling better in America right now. Our healthcare is taken, our housing is taken, our food is taken, our gas is taken, our fucking livelihoods are taken when they tell us not to retire. They're exploiting all of us and they're doing to enrich this fucking dude and not fucking hurt his feelings. There is no contentment. I know you think like your parents fucking sold your house for $1 and you live in Alabama, so you'll never see the ocean, but somehow you're fucking frantically upset when Joe Biden's president and then totally fucking calm and dapper when fucking Trump is president. And just life is randy dandy right now. Nothing to complain about. I see through your hypocrisy, but really I want to comment on your comment. That silence is complicity. Have you not heard that? Have you not heard that? Oh my God. Did Jesus teach you nothing, body of Christ? What are you, a church? Another thing Jesus fucking would have been so against right now. All these goddamn stained glass steeples. How much money that cost you? Did you not read the story about him telling the rich guy to fucking sell all his shit and help the poor in your neighborhoods instead of fucking trolling through the fucking streets with Trump flags? I just did that one for all my Gen Xers and millennials. All right. Let's have some fun.
Chicken jockey.
There we go. Hold on. Let's get back to the audio. What was you even talking about? Scott Bessent. That's right. Anyways, fuck Scott Bessent. Here, I want to show you how fragile. I want to see where MAGA gets it from. When I rant because this guy sent us into war over Operation Epstein Fury, I want to teach you why MAGA is this. Because they thought Donald Trump, this Fruit Loop, they thought and here's the other thing. I have Alex Karp to get to. He's a disturbing individual. If you don't know who he is, hit the like button, you know? Because we got to talk about him. But these fruits in the room, these are fragile men. Fragile. And they're not real men. If you're one of those people subscribing to like, what's a real man? What's a woman? You know, let me speak your language. These aren't real men. Not even close. And I want to show you why. Because when asked a simple question, instead of standing up and being like, here's my answer, they're cowards and they have to name call. In fact, I think I saw a MAGA in the comments being like, all he does is name call. Were you addressing your chicken supreme and Chief Queef here? Who were you talking to? Because, you know, Donald Trump ran a campaign on calling people names. Little Marco, Sleepy Joe. Do you not see the hypocrisy? I really need to point this out because I just want MAGA. Because here's another thing. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want, hit the like. I do it for the love. But MAGA, they're a fascinating species. If you're new here, I always say you can't unhear something. That's science. Like I say words, and you can't unhear them. Hear them. You get me? Like that's how life works. So with MAGA, when I call out the hypocrisy, their little peanut brain has to rattle around all day going, oh shit, if I say that again, am I a hypocrite? You know, and they can't help it because they heard it here. So that's why I like to do it sometimes, because nobody in their life, probably women in their life are walking along eggshells. Their kids fucking despise them. That's why they brag about working 7 days a week. And the only thing they were looking for was Donald Trump to love them, and he doesn't even know they exist. So they don't face enough of being called out on their hypocrisy in real life, and that's partly my job. You know, it's partly what I do here. So if you want to know why MAGA, John Marr 210 $4.99. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? I like that comment. I just like it. Huh? Maybe he's imitating Donald Trump. Huh? I don't know. What is Donald Trump saying he's good at? I don't know. You'll have to ask somebody else. I'm not in charge here. Aren't you the president, sir? But if you want to know why MAGA thinks like being fragile and very sensitive to being asked a question or critiqued or dissented against, which is our revolutionary right. Our revolutionary right as Americans, don't forget, the revolutionary spirit is not to be obedient to the king. I want to play this clip for you. This is Donald Trump. Go follow the Tennessee Holler on, well, maybe not go to Twitter, but you know, it's a waste space. I've been there for 2 decades, so I'm there, man. I'm there for the dumpster fire. But there are some good people like the Tennessee Holler on there. And a reporter was asking him about, I'll just play the clip.
Sir, in Arizona, why did the FBI seize election records in that state?
Well, they probably thought the election was rigged, right?
It wasn't rigged, though.
How do you know?
Your own Attorney General in 2020 said that there was not measurable voter fraud to change the outcome of the election.
I think it was rigged.
There's no, sir, where's the evidence for that?
It wasn't rigged. You're a rotten reporter.
If you didn't catch that, he goes, if you don't think, hold on. You're a rotten reporter. Where's the evidence? She's asking him. And if you know anything about MAGA, they love to say, we have facts on our side. What you just heard there, right there, and poorly, because, again, guys, shut the fucking helicopter off. When they're doing... I think Donald Trump is like, keep the helicopter running, just in case they ask me a tough question. I'll duck my head and I'll run right in. Because he's a chicken shit, you know? This is not... Again, if you subscribe to real manness is not going to a question when you're asked, hey, why did you seize the Arizona voter records? Your own AG said the 2020 election was not rigged. Where's your proof? And he goes, I think it was. MAGA, Ben Shapiro. I thought you guys did the facts over feelings thing. All I'm hearing Donald Trump say the past few days is, I think it was rigged. You're a rotten reporter. That's chicken shit. You know, say, well, and this is the thing, is like, he's a liar. But he's an unequipped liar, you know? He's got to have his lies written down for him, and then he can freestyle. But he's such a fucking liar that he doesn't even know. He could just be like, well, we have different reports. Like, if he said that, he'd sound like more of a man. I guess I got to do that to speak to MAGA. It's so stupid. And I don't want to insult women. I will not call him a woman. Women are much more fucking brave than this piece of raccoon turd. But this Cocoa Melon brand that you're witnessing right here, when Donald Trump's like,
Your own Attorney General in 2020 said that there was not measurable voter fraud to change the outcome of the election.
I think it was rigged, he says. Oh, I wish she had just stopped. See, this is the thing where journalists get caught in the moment, you know? Again, I like to critique the journalists because the media is not your friend and they hate you. So my critique of the journalist here would be when he goes, I think it's rigged, do you base everything on your feelings? Are you just basing all of this, like the war you talked about? You said you had a feeling about the war. I played that audio yesterday. So that's why I really wish the journalist would go tit for tat with a chicken shit liar. That's what you have to do when you deal with a chicken shit liar. When they go, well, I think it was. And you go, oh, do you base everything on your little feelings? No facts involved? Just feelings. Just what you think? Because we know how your brain is, right? You aced that fucking dementia exam, you said.
Here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
Oh, sorry. That's another clip of him saying he knows nothing.
It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark.
Oh, really? Interesting. I heard when you were walking there,
I moved on her like a bitch.
Yeah. You shouldn't do that with doctors. So I really wanted to play that audio for you so you understand where MAGA gets their logic from. The reason MAGA voted for him, you know, they were like, that's a guy I can look up to. A guy who shifts the responsibility, takes no accountability, who just calls people names when he's asked a question. You know, that's who they are. That's who these people are. They're your neighbors, they're your uncles, they're your fucking coworkers. You know, they're everywhere. And you got to confront this shit. You know, they've been living in their fucking fragile bubble for way too long. And when they go, well, I think it was, you go, do you base everything on how you feel? Is that all? That's it? The president is just running off fucking vibes? Is that how we're doing shit now? You just think it was? So nobody can challenge that because your own AG said it wasn't. So it's just how you feel. Do we have to protect you in that way? Would you need a safe space? If I keep asking questions, would you drip some fascist tears into my mug so I could drink them? You know? Lambs Cut Above says, I love this PDF file, Donald Trump. I wish he would take my kids to the island. Weird comment, but okay. Primal Screams, I can't imagine bragging about not failing a cognitive test. This is what I mean. This is the pinnacle of, you know, their brilliance. MAGA is like, that's my leader right there. Smartest alpha male alive. He passed the dementia test. Smartest guy. I don't know if I could identify a lion and then a rhino. Good stuff. You know, the education is that poor in this fucking country where the president's like, I picked out a zebra and then a giraffe, you know? And it's like, and you're dismantling the Department of Education. Why? Like, I don't know. We should be asking the president more than what animals are. You know what I mean? I don't know. China, China. I love China in Trump voice. I love that. I don't care who's smarter. This is like saying, you know, of course, MAGA. This is what this is. You understand how MAGA bringing up Biden in the comments right now is making my point. Like, they don't even understand that. Like, I bring up the fact that he can't answer hard questions and he has to say, this is how I feel, you know? And somebody in the comments goes, well, I feel like Biden was stupider. Do we understand? This is like almost Inception at this point. Because, like, MAGA is going inside the argument to prove me right with what they think is an argument. I don't know if that's how Inception worked. Pretty sure it was about LSD. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like MAGA. If I'm saying Donald Trump can't answer questions and he just says, like, I feel this way, please don't challenge me. And you're like, I feel Biden was stupider, and so leave Donald Trump alone. Like, you're making the point for me. That's fucking hilarious. We need to thank them. Who was that? Sue-Ann Homestead. Sue-Ann, oh my God. You go, I love the Epstein class. I wish they would take all my kids to that island like Howard Nutlick did. And you also made the fucking point. You were like, I feel like Biden's dumber. While we're talking about Donald Trump saying, I feel like the election was rigged. I don't need evidence, I just feel it. And feelings are facts now. Because Ben Shapini said so. Ben Shawipini. Shawipini. That's what I would call him from now on. Imagine all you can comment is about jobs. I love it. Why don't you get a job? Why don't you have a job? I'm like, this is how, and that's the thing people don't understand, is this is how fucking propagandized Americans are. They think like having a job is a status symbol. You understand, this fucking dude doesn't have a job. He's a welfare queen. He fucking is leeching off our taxes. He's the most unqualified fucking person for this. But what's funnier is, like, Donald Trump never worked in his life. I know you think he was like a TV guy and stuff, but he stole all his money from his dad. And I say stole because there was an inheritance and he cut out everybody in his family. You can read about it if you can read MAGA. You probably can't, so just... You know, I'll do it. Trust me, bro. You could just look up the Fred Trump real estate company and where it went, where it disappeared to. Magically, it doesn't exist. It's so stupid. I love it. I love the people who hump for a guy who's never worked in his life, and their claim to fucking awesomeness in society is, do you have a job? I'm like, I don't care. Who gives a shit? Fuck a job. What do you worship a job? Are you like, oh man, we all play to the job? What was Jesus's job? Somebody tell me. What was fucking Jesus's job? You nerds. What, do you hate Jesus? Did you say to him, hey, why don't you get a job, you loser, you transient? Fucking hobo express around here. Look at this guy wearing flip-flops and a dress, just healing people and saying tax the rich and fucking pay your taxes and hating capitalists. Is that your take on the Bible too? Why didn't Jesus get a job? And he wasn't a carpenter. He learned carpentry, and then Joseph died, and then he fucking just bummed around for fucking 33 years. You understand that, right? The whole tale of Jesus isn't like, oh, he was great at fixing tables, man. This guy, you should go to him for your tables. No. People went to him for life advice. They were like, Jesus, we're hungry. He was like, don't worry. I don't give a fuck if anybody's got a job. Here's some fish and bread. I do that specifically because MAGA likes to ride on this Jesus high horse like they're better than everyone, but they're the most misunderstood when it comes to Jesus, and I actually read the fucking Bible, so I just like to weaponize that back against them. So anyways, continue on about how important jobs are to you. Go on. Go on. Tell me about these jobs you so worship. Let's not talk about whether somebody had a job or not. If they're, hold on, CJ. If they're on here in the first place, what the fuck are you doing for a living where you could sit and type on a phone? CJ, that is my whole argument against Elon Musk. When people are like, oh, he's such a brilliant hard worker. I'm like, just go to your job and set alerts for every time Elon Musk tweets, and you tweet right after him. He tweets hundreds of times a day, okay? So There's no possible way you could be a CEO of 5 companies, work for fucking Doge, and be a hard worker while you're bragging on Twitter about the games you set. You understand? Like, people don't even, they're disassociated from their own fucking brain because you can't fucking do that, you know? Or try it and tell me how many awards you win for being a hard worker at work. But this is, again, I'm trying to fucking deprogram people from this god-awful propaganda that they've been sold. Like, hey, man, just ask him what his job is or tell him he doesn't have a job. And that usually owns somebody in America. And I'm here to dispel that fucking rumor, but more importantly, show you that it's irrelevant. What is your job? The people that love to brag about a job, tell me your job. And then I want to come to your funeral. Please invite me. And I want to see your job title on your gravestone. In fact, if you get sick and can't afford your fucking health care and when you're dying at home, invite me over. I want to hear your last regrets. Your last regrets better be, I can't believe I had to call out sick this week. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear about friends, well, maybe you don't have those. I don't want to hear about how much you love your digital Donald Trump trading cards and who you bequeath them to. I want to hear that you're mad you missed work when you're on your deathbed, if you think work is important. See, I've known a lot of family and friends that have died, so I've got to see through the matrix of life. And I'm here to tell you, work doesn't fucking matter. And if you're not smart enough to understand that corporations in America will fucking chew you up and spit you out, then you are a sad sack of shit. You understand me? They're not here to fuck. You understand what the definition of business is? I'm just going by Merriam-Webster's definition. To make money. All right, cunty? Business isn't here to be your friend and make you pretend Coca-Cola polar bears want you to drink their sugary fucking insulin drink. You understand that, right? Like, none of these businesses want to make sure that you eat at night. If you don't have money, they don't give a fuck if you starve. Are you kidding me? That's why when you go to the grocery store and you're like, God damn it, eggs are this much again? And at the checkout, they're like, hey, you want to donate to hunger? You silly little moron. And you're like, I don't know, I'm pretty hungry. Would you donate these eggs to me? And they're like, no, that's not how business works, bitch. So I hope you've been deprogrammed to understand that fucking bootlicking for no job at all, just job in general, is one of the most pathetic and fucking sad things I've ever heard. But we'll get one of those comments again. I love it. Eggs are cheap. Oh, just wait, honey. Just wait. Suey! Just wait. You think this war is bringing prices down? You're adorable. I'll tell you what, there's one thing we can all agree with, right? Hey, MAGA, Suey, I want you to tell me you agree with this. This is a missile made in Iran. Tell me you agree with this. If not, you support pedophiles. Suey, don't go quiet now. I know you're here. So either say you agree with this or you support pedophiles. Suey, I'll wait. Oh, you know who you are. What's wrong? Can't do it? Is this a deflect and distract? Just say you agree with Iran's missile. Just say it. Come on. Either that or you support the PDF files. Come on. Okay, I know. It's you, the one who keeps asking who Suey is. Now that I've clarified, come on. Say you agree with Iran's missiles or you support pedophiles. Do it. Very easy choice. I don't know what's so hard about this. I agree with Iran's missiles. I love this. I love this. Oh, it's funny. You can talk about everything else, but you won't answer one simple question. I'm making another example for everybody paying attention. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is why MAGA loves Donald Trump. Because you ask him a simple question. You like the missile made in Iran? You support that message? And they'll say everything else. Everything else. They can't answer it because they support pedophiles. I want to be very fucking clear. Suey, right there in the chat, Homestead, can't say, I support this missile made in Iran. Can't say they support that message because they are exactly like Donald Trump. This is why they voted for Donald Trump. And save your breath. Don't say, I didn't vote for him. Don't play an ass mein Kampf fucking game here. I'm calling you out, bitch. You love Donald Trump because as soon as the going gets hard, you go to your safe space and you pretend everything else is happening in the world except for the one thing that he's asking me about, and he's taking 4 minutes to wait for me to answer it, but I already knew your answer from the get-go. That's the funny thing. I don't give a shit what you were going to say. I knew it wasn't going to be that, because you can't. You can't dissent. You are the fucking redcoats from 1775. You are the fucking spineless worms that plague our society, and I want you to understand that, because this isn't a political message. It's not. Vaccine for pedophiles. We should all want that. I thought MAGA didn't like them. A few years ago, they didn't. Magically, they're quiet as fuck now. It's funny, but everybody noticed that. So that person that at this point I will start to ignore, because, you know, here's another life lesson, guys. If you find somebody that supports pedophiles, like Sui Mama in the chat, stay the fuck away from them. Just a life lesson. It's not even political. I know MAGA's like, oh, God damn it, they hate Donald Trump now. I didn't say anything about him. I said, if people can't say, that's a good message right there. God damn, that's fire. That's a fire message. We should get rid of all those people. They should all be in prison. If people can't even fucking say that, and these scumbags will say everything under the sun. They'll call Bill Burr's wife a DEI hire. They'll say the most heinous shit. You know what I mean? They'll literally verbatim fucking call themselves twatsies like Nick Fuentes. You know, in America, we have a twatsy problem. But you say, just agree with this. Just agree with this. Just agree with this. And they fucking, they're butthole puckers. They bring up everything they can think of besides answering the question. So life advice, anybody that can't even just like, they could have just said it. This is the crazy part about these people. When it comes to lying, they could do it all the time, except for when they need to. Does that make sense? Like, he could have just lied. It would have just been like, of course I agree with that. Anyways. And I would have been like, wow, proved me wrong. You know what I mean? And now that I gave him the answer, you know, because they're stupid, he'll probably try to do that. But isn't that hilarious? Like, Donald Trump can lie about everything. I could be like, Donald Trump, you love this? And he could just lie. Be like, of course I support that message, you know? And the media would be like, oh, what a hypocrite, you know? But nothing matters to them. So it's just funny when it comes to something that hits so close to home, they can't do it. You know, they can't do it. Life lesson, folks. Stay away from those people. They're not good people, and they want to fucking hurt you. Skate guitar. I don't meet too many pathetic people, but your small dick energy is like gross. I'll just say that. Yeah, just warn some of these people if they're being stupid. It's okay. It's okay. Not everybody's blessed with, you know, common sense. You elected a PDF file. I don't know how else to say it. You know. Look. Somebody came in, a conservative says, get a job. You just missed my whole job tirade. Why don't you put your job on your gravestone, you fucking loser? Conservative. What are you conservative on? I love that people still use that word. Are you conservative on the deficit? Are you conservative on the traditional family values? Is that why you voted for a guy who cheated on his wife 3 times, cheated on the first lady with a porn star? Is that what you're conservative on? Or are you conservative on people's freedoms? That's what you mean. I love these frauds. Thinking conservative has any kind of power. Are you just conservative of fucking telling the truth? Jesus. Did you guys hear this? Iran's foreign minister said some haunting stuff. And I'm not even president, okay? Iran's foreign minister said some haunting stuff. Oh, wait, Julian Fry's here. What's up, Julian? Good to see you. Conservative on environmental preservation? There's a spin on it. You know what we're conservative on? People who fucking support PDF files like you, Hill County. He just left a comment. He says, I love the Epstein class, and I will die on this hill every single day to defend my queen and Madam President Donald Trump. Weird comment. All right, so this is haunting audio for me. And remember, I'm not in control of shit. I'm not sending people to die like Donald Trump is, even though he's a draft dodger and he won't send his own son. But listen to this from NBC News.
has not ruled out boots on the
He
ground
said President Trump is not ruled out.
in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S.
You see how shocked? You're how shocked. The NBC reporter's like, you're waiting for them. What? Inland Outdoors, $5 super chat. Thank you. You ranted for 5 minutes about us not replying while your mods deleted every response. SSRI brain. Here's some money, bum. I'll take your money all the time. It's better than you sending it to Donald Trump for his digital trading cards. Yeah. Listen, you got to understand something. If you sound stupid, yeah, my mods are just gonna fucking get rid of it. I've told them to relax a little bit because, you know, let stupid fucking go sometimes. Because the thing is what's your name? Inland Outdoors. What is that? Inland Empire Outdoors? What are you, a desert rat? Or you got a big 4x4 truck that when you leave your fucking cubicle as secretary of the skate shop, you fucking pretend to be some rough and rugged dude. Here's the thing, man. I know you need attention. I know you do. That's MAGA's whole thing. You know, that's their whole thing. Why do you think Donald Trump's on TV fucking every day? Every day, multiple times, just talking nonsense. You know, you'd think you'd keep that dementia patient fucking behind closed doors. You know, especially the way he looks, man. His looks are not getting better, I'll tell you that. One dude who doesn't age gracefully, Donald Trump. But he's an attention whore. He avoids any tough questions. He just wants praise. And he's an attention whore. He can't stand dissent. That's your whole fucking platform, dude. So a lot of the times, it's not like you guys are, you know, making funny comment, like the job thing. Like here's your thing. You're on drugs. You're in your mom's basement. Get a job. There you go. I just wrapped up MAGA comments. You know, so we're just tired of it. That's why my mods do it, because it's boring. You know, like you paid me $5 for me to say, you have SSRI brain. You know, I want you to think about your life choices now. I appreciate taking your money because it was probably going to some bad cause. You know, it was probably funneled to fucking Donald Trump's fucking Qatari account in some way. So I'm happy that I could do something good with it. But I want you to really think about it. Like, was that worth that dumb comment? You know what I mean? Do you? I don't think you get it. I think you're like, that was a slam dunk. I'm going to clip it and send it to my friends. Saying you're a fucking nickel for 100-pack, man. You're not even a dime a dozen. You're fucking cheaper for fucking generic fucking comment everywhere. Like, come on, man. MAGA, if you're gonna make fun of me, like, snazz it up. You know, do something clever. Fucking, this is why Republicans suck at comedy. It was so funny when Elon Musk was all about legalizing comedy.
Legalize comedy.
It's like, why, dude? You're not funny. You brought a sink into Twitter's fucking headquarters to say, let that sink in. It's like, we get it. Okay. Dad joke. Absent dad joke. You know? Absent dad joke. That's really what it is. Fucking abandonee father dad joke. But I just implore you, you know, like go watch some Jeff Ross, you know, and then come in here and like reframe one of his jokes or just do something. You know, you guys are fucking pathetic.
Everything's computer.
It is. It is. All right, let's finish this. Iranian foreign minister saying that the troops are waiting for the U.S.
Military to invade, the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
Has not.
The reporter just looks stunned in that. Stunned. He's like, wait, you want us to? Like, even the reporter's like, oh, we should double think this. Like, we should maybe triple check our choices right now. Even the reporter's like, damn, I'm just a bootlicking reporter, but you're ready? The Iran foreign minister doesn't even blink. He's like, yeah, we figured this is going to be a tragedy for you guys. Bring it on. I'm like, man, this ain't going to be good, homie. This dude looks unfazed. Holy shit. And meanwhile, Trump's like, yeah, send them all. I don't care. Oh, man, I really want to get to this Alex Karp stuff. I'm going to play some audio. No. Before I play the audio, Where's the other audio? Here it is. Here it is. This is a long audio, but if you don't know who Alex Karp is, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Alex Karp is absolutely... Eddie says, thank you for securing all the Epstein class and never holding them accountable, Trump. I love you and keep protecting Bill Gates and Bill Clinton. Weird Eddie 7151. Weird you don't have your face on your avatar either. If you're going to say stuff like that, show your face. You know, don't be a chicken shit. No, he wasn't talking about the border, you guys. Misunderstood Eddie. He meant the Epstein border. No one can cross any Epstein associates like Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. Eddie's just proud that Donald Trump did that. He protected them. This channel is about politics foliage. Oh, are you talking to foliage? Oh, foiled foliage knows what's up. Foiled foliage, good to see you. Yeah, why does he got to be so politically charged, bro? He's obviously doing politics right now. People are just stupid. All these bots and accounts of bad faith arguments. Yeah, foiled foliage has been here for a while. But I kind of like, who said that? Hold on. Who said? Michael, I kind of like to call this a political foliage channel. We watch the foliage of politics change. I thought that was beautiful. That was like a poem. You're like goddamn Henry David Thoreau, you know, as the political foliage falls to the ground and rots and becomes the soil. I don't think that's how Thoreau spoke. No one knows, but best guess, I don't know. But yeah, there are a lot of bots. Just let them, you know, they got to get their Putin quota in, you know. Putin's never going to pay them in fucking ruble eggs if they don't get their quota in. So they got to do it, you know. They got to get paid. Hey, bots got to eat too, you know. They got to siphon off our water and clean air supply. So Danny, you're not a bot. You got a video on your channel, man. I went and checked it out. You show your face. I just think it's very sad. And some people you got to remember, Charlie Kelly, what's up? Alternative solutions. I'm seriously, hold on. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Charlie. Hey, the thing's going too fast. Seriously considering fully sustainable off-grid communities, Earth Haven Eco Village, Earth Mothership New Mexico, etc. I love it. That's what I mean. That's what we're doing here. We're thinking about alternative solutions. Like, why don't, if here's my alternative. Thank you, Charlie Kelly. I appreciate you, man. And who is this? Say hi to Eli show. What is that? Is that a verified? I've never seen a name like that. Is that a verified show? Can you get verified on YouTube? Is that? But they are both deceptive. It's wild seeing how much either side lies or attacks. Lies or attacks what? You always say hello to the Eli guy. There's only one side, and it's not red or blue, Democrat or Republican. There's the working class and the Epstein class. One of them is totally wrong. I can't believe I have to explain this. We are the working class. There are class traders in here, 100%. Class traders that just tell you to get more jobs and just work harder, while Dr. Oz says, we're never going to let you retire. You know, they're idiots. They're good at, you know, just going to work. That's it. That's why they begged for egg to get cheaper, you know, because they're like, I can just do the work. That's it. I can't do anything else. Just go to work and come home and wait to die, you know, and like that's life to them. And I'm like, fuck that noise, man. I want to start another band. I want to paint some more. I want to learn to knit. I want to fucking tame cats. I want to fucking see an orca in real life. There's a lot of shit, you know, and I have dreams, you know, fuck a dream job. Just dream, folks. Who told you I have a dream job? America? LinkedIn? You trust them? So say bye-bye to Eli. If you're not defining this moment as like there are bad guys, and then there's the rest of us, you've been misled and you're misleading people. You understand? There's no justice in this fucking country. There's no freedom in this country. There's no constitution. There's no Bill of Rights. I know some people need to operate in the fucking safety of thinking the structure is holding. But when you're run by criminals, when criminals make the laws, do you think fucking any of this is just? When Pam Blondie said the Epstein files don't exist, and then they released a quarter of them. She's the top cop, by the way, if you don't know who Pam Blondie is. Seriously. Can't believe I took that much time to say that. Anyways, Charlie Kelly, thank you for the alternative solutions idea. My alternative solution is to all you job lovers out there. How about you fucking work your ass off, and instead of giving that money to the Epstein class and to the wars, give it to the people who don't want to work all the time. Able-bodied men that don't want to work, because this is going to trigger the shit out of you. I want to start a fucking band that talks about how great jobs are to not have, and just fucking tour the country. And you know what? We'll only be mediocre. We're not even going to be that great. And you go to work, and your taxes will support me to do that. How about that? Because you love working so much. I'm not the one going to people's things saying, get a job. Like, you clearly are obsessed with jobs. So why don't you just work more and let the people who don't want to have your taxes? There's my fucking alternative theory. Able-bodied men. Yep, that's like a key trigger word for people when they talk about taxes. I don't want my taxes going to able-bodied men. They love saying that. They love saying that. Oh my God, it's so funny. So you don't want it going to war? When you think about it, you know, you don't want your taxes going to able-bodied men. Huh. So are you anti-war? I'm just getting deep in the fucking weeds now. Jesus Christ will heal you, but he will not heal the pedophile class. Okay? So we got to be very clear on that. Trump is a weak bitch. Great comment. Thank you. God made us to be stewards of the riches of earth. None your business. We got a Trump. None your business? Where's none your business? We got a Trump supporter Marxist here. What? I don't believe that can exist. That's like saying a child pedophile, you know? Like that can't exist. No, Jesus can't. Scott Baio, or whatever your name is. Here's the thing, man. Jesus will heal you if you want to acknowledge him and fucking live, you know. Here's the thing that Christians really get fucking confused on. Like, really. They think all you got to do, like Donald Trump is, or like, Donald Trump reminds me of Michael Scott a lot. Remember when Michael Scott, someone was like, oh, you should declare bankruptcy. And he walks out into the office. He's like, I declare bankruptcy, because he took it literally, which is adorable. It's childlike. You know, that's why it was funny in the office. Donald Trump is like that. He's like, you know, oh, all you have to do is say I worship God and hold up a Bible and say 2 Corinthians. Great. You know, and that's how you know all the fake Christians, because they just were like, that's all he's got to do. You know, and then they just fucking employ their tactics and use it as an oppressive regime. That's what you saw, okay? Just in case, I just fucking broke it down very simply. Because you know, if you even read a couple of fucking words of Jesus, like even a little bit, like if you truly meant that, the way you live changes. You stop saying you should work more if you want to eat. You stop saying, oh, you should just like the insurance scam AI system that is our healthcare. You stop saying that stuff. And you go, well, what would Jesus do? I don't know. He just fed people, healed people, didn't charge a copay, didn't ask if they had United or fucking Cigna. He didn't. He wanted people to live their life. And how do you do that? Well, let's look deep, Scott Baio, at how did Jesus, you know, turn people from their evil ways? Did he stone them to death? No. What did he do? Well, there were hungry people and he fed them. And I'm guessing the people after were like, I like that guy that fed me. I'll fucking listen to him a little more. Or when Lazarus was raised from the dead, do you think Lazarus was like, now it's time to commit crimes? We don't know, because there's no book of Lazarus. I wish there was, you know? And maybe he became a notorious bank robber. We just don't know, you know? But I'm theorizing. When Jesus said, come out, wake up, Lazarus, and Lazarus came out of the tomb, I'm guessing Lazarus was like, who the fuck brought me back? Jesus. All right, what do you need, man? I literally owe you my life. You know what I mean? And as soon as Christians start getting that and stop worshiping these fucking false idols that they do all the time, that's when I think God will heal them. Thank you for the comment, Scott Baio. Lamb's Cut Above says, I love douches up in my bag. Weird. In your ball bag? Gross. Please. What has Jizu done for you? You put me here. Are you serious, Scott Baio? I'm on a mission from God, man. You don't know that? I've been here to call out the heathens. Treat that button, thank you, Smoking Blondie. Treat that button like we do the twatties and punch it. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit every button. Just hit them all. See if it works. I don't know. Speaking of Smoking Blondie. Smoking Blondie's in the chat. Go hit her channel. Go hit her channel and subscribe. She's putting out some good music. Okay? This is Smoking Blondie. Just got back from visiting the Penguin. Dropped a new song today. I'll check it out later. I love this one though. Giving people purpose is great, and a job is that for people. That's the problem, man. I'm not even gonna argue with you on that. The problem in America is people have been trained through this fucking ancient school system to find their purpose in a 9-to-5. That's poison, man. Poison to your fucking soul. Have you ever met anybody that works a service job? You should see them when they get out and ask them if they feel like they have purpose. I mean that. You should cohort with some more common folk, you know? And I mean that with all my heart. You should really integrate with the working people of the land. I've spent my fucking life with them, and I'll always speak for them, and I will never fucking betray them. That's why I'm here. Even when they are traitors to their own class. Understand? I've never met anyone who got off a fucking 9-to-5 and came home and said, man, I fulfilled today's purpose. Why don't you leave it in the chat? Why don't you come and leave it in the chat? Tell me when you get off work if you feel like you filled your life goals up. Pretty sure America just voted because they don't feel like their fucking purpose is being served because their purpose was cheap egg. By the way, this is Smoking Blondie. She's in the comments. Go find her channel, subscribe, support the community. Let's get Blondie for a band? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, Michael, weren't you the one who said, there was somebody who said they start a band? Let's start a band. I was in quite a few bands, man. We let them fizzle out. You know, it comes with finding my purpose of a fucking regular job. Guys, I was in quite a few bands in my day, but then I said I really need some purpose in my life, so I went and did work.
This is how we steal it back.
The motto here is fuck a dream job, just dream. I don't give a shit if you want to knit puppets, man. Awesome. We need more of that.
Shout louder than they lie. Scream for the new generation.
One to survive, which is what we had to. Very true. Very true. And that's what I'm fighting against. That this system with this uber wealth concentrated at the top of capitalism where we're going to have a trillionaire is not meant for us to fucking do anything besides survive. And I've spent my life surviving. My life. It's time to thrive.
They will fear us. We are the numbers. It's time. They thought the money bought silence.
They thought their money bought
Thought their
silence.
towers had crime. So we're the people they never thought to prize. It's time. We'll shake the marble from the steps. We'll drag the truth.
Amen. It's the only church I'm praying to.
Take it back.
Now listen, that line really haunts me. That's why I love music, why I love poetry. You notice how not a lot of people, just to comment on the job thing, because that kind of took over today. You notice how not a lot of people are like, hey man, I really like Socrates, because if you don't know this, he he was an amazing baker. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people, like, if you know anything about artists throughout the ages, most of the time we're like destitute, you know? So not a lot of people are like, no, I really like Van Gogh because he fucking cobbled shoes. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. But that line that Blondie says, what was it, Blondie? They thought their money could buy silence. And that's what you're saying when you're complicit, not only in this, but when you say, well, I have a job and I'm just thankful for that job. Oh, what's up, cutie? When YouTube not letting super chats through, oh no. Listen, if you want to support the channel, I do have my Cash App and Buy Me a Coffee down below. I don't know what's going on with the super chats. I'm sorry. And thank you. Thank you for the thought. But it might be on my end. Oh, no. It might be. No, I had super chats go through early. Smoke a Blotty, you can find her music on YouTube, on her YouTube channel. But that silence, if you're not pushing for better at your work, their money has paid you to be silent. You know, always push for better. You're worth it. Drive really makes a difference, and everyone can have that drive. It just takes a lot of work. Not everyone can have that drive. There's disabled people, there's young people, there's old people. There's people that just can't do it for whatever. There are caretakers. There's a lot of different people, and the fact that people don't acknowledge that or want to punish that because they don't have the drive is really what I'm against. You shouldn't have to have the drive when I see a lazy son of a bitch, fucking illegal immigrant Elon Musk, gonna be a trillionaire. You know what I mean? Take that trillion away from them. Give it to the people who need it. That's my theory. All right, guys. Peace.